All right, we're back here in the JConcepts garage for a new episode of our vlog here. We've had a lot happen so far this year. It's been a really busy times. We had the Reedy Race, of course, the Dirt Nitro Challenge, Motorama, Silver State. We've been at our Indoor National Series event in Missouri. We've been all over the place so far this year. Great results. Of course, started off with Cavallari winning the Reedy Race. Champions, the Invitational class. Mayfield got second there. We went into the Dirt Nitro Challenge. We had a big sweep for Ryan Mayfield there, winning the 1/8 E-Buggy, Nitro Buggy, and the Truggy classes. So first ever driver that's ever swept all three at the Dirt Nitro Challenge. It's long days there. You race late into the night, and it's probably one of the better atmospheres you can go to in terms of a nitro race, but you usually have to wait until the mains, which are usually late at night. So those guys were doing so well there. Motorama, we had JR and Thomas went up there for us earlier in the year. Had a great showing there with Chad Dew winning one of the classes, the four-wheel drive class with the new B64. Then we had JP Richards winning two-wheel mod and truck modified, and then our old buddy Alex K taking down the short course class. So, basically swept all the modified classes at Motorama. Something that we've done a couple times before in the past, but it's not very easy to do that. We had some good guys out there, and JP Richards really getting the job done. Probably the hardest class in the two-wheel mod. So, just kind of looking over some of our notes here from some of those events. The Desert Classic was something that we just went to, which for many years the Cactus Classic was the premier race on the West Coast in terms of 1/10 scale off-road. The outdoor track, of course, closed down to make room for some apartment buildings and some things out there. But they're trying to resurrect that feel with the Desert Classic. This is a brand new location at Hobby Action. Larry Tom is the owner there, and it was their first actual race was the Desert Classic, and everything went super well. They had right around 300 entries there. Larry did a great job just trying to please the racers, kind of bring in the top level pros as well as the locals that kind of were looking for that old Cactus Classic feel. And by the main events, they really got a hold of the track and the conditions, and it had a lot of that excitement from the outdoor race, bringing it indoors. The conditions there were a lot different, different dirt, and made for really kind of some thrashing by the guys in the pits, trying to figure out what tires to use. In the end, we used the Gold Compound Space Bars, and that worked really well for us. Mayfield went from his 3 first place finishes at the Dirt Nitro Challenge, and he went for triple second place finishes at the Dirt Nitro, or at the Desert Classic. So he was having a great weekend. He TQ'd four-wheel drive and lost basically on the final lap to Ty Tessman there, who ran a great race. Threw a little block pass on him there on the last lap, and something that Ryan said he would have did exactly the same thing. So great racing. I think more importantly was they established that track as some place that you want to go back to and continue to have club racing and large events there at Hobby Action. So kind of in between, we did a Indoor National Series race in St. Louis, Missouri, where Alex K put it on him in the four-wheel drive class. He won up there in St. Louis at Smack Track. Mayfield got second, and then in two-wheel, of course, Mayfield won that, TQ'd and won that one. So we've been just all over the place, different conditions, different tires, different scales and classes so far this year. And looking at the schedule, it's going to keep continuing that way. If you look down, at some of the other events that we've been to, we were just at the Silver State Nitro Challenge, where Mayfield once again took 2 out of the 3 classes there. He won 1/8 scale E-Buggy and then 1/8 scale Nitro Buggy. 45-minute main, went right down to the end. E-Buggy, he led that one start to finish, 10-minute main. He was able to TQ there, so it helped a start to finish result there. In the Truggy class, he had one flame out in the second pit stop, which kind of held him back a little bit. He ended up getting third overall. Of course, we had Spencer Rivkin backing us up with great results. We had David Ronnefolk getting 2 podiums. So his best result on the big stage so far with JConcepts, getting third in 1/8 scale e-buggy and nitro buggy. So really happy how that event turned out. Many events coming up. We got Mayfield, of course, on. He's continuing his tour. He's going to go to Neo Buggy. We got Cavallari at Neo Buggy. We got David Ronnefolk going to be there. Spencer Rivkin, Reno Savoia. Basically, our whole A Nitro team will be at Neo Buggy in a few weeks. And then we have, right after that's the EOS. Ryan's going to go out there and give his first shot with the Yokomo vehicles at the EOS event in Austria, I believe. So he's got a busy schedule representing Mugen, Yokomo, JConcepts. He's got a lot of events coming up, and we're going to be there to help him. So, that kind of wraps up some of our product, race results, and, kind of tipping into some other products we have here kind of out on display. In between all the events, we've been getting out a lot of new products. Probably, I guess you could say 2 of that I really been enjoying the best was we got this, it's the S2 body for the B64, and obviously this is the hot new 4-wheel drive car from Team Associated. They spent a lot of time getting this vehicle out onto the market. They've replaced the tried and true B44. Now this is the 64. And, right away people said, hey, do you have this body for the car? And we took some time, but we got this S2 body finished. I got Paul, he mounted this guy up for me recently. Got our stickers on here from Stick It One Graphics. He always treats us really well, really responds to all of our decal requests. We got a ton of them all the time, and Brian over at Stick It One really takes care of us. But that's the decals we got on here, and this S2 body actually made its debut on the track for Spencer and Alex K at the Desert Classic. So something that we've already got on the track. We've ran it, had good results, and I'm looking forward to trying this one at our next Super Cup Championship Series in Coral Springs. So if you're looking to replace the stock body from the B64, can't really think of a better body you could do than the S2, which of course is the World Championship styled body from 2015. Spencer Rivkin, of course, won that with the 2-wheel drive class, but we've incorporated that style here on the 4-wheel drive, which has been so successful and popular. And of course my car here, and Paul outfitted it with the yellow wheels. Maybe he's trying to tell me something here with the yellow wheels. So anyway, moving on to my next, favorite item would be our 79 Ford F-250 body, which this body style is so famous in the real monster truck world because this is really where all the monster trucks started with the Bigfoot trucks. Bigfoot 1 was based on this style truck. What's kind of unique about this body, of course we made it, it's got about an 11-inch wheelbase. It's made to really fit on this length clodbuster here style. Now of course we say the word clodbuster because that's the first RC monster truck, but there's many trucks and carnations out there that have these type wheelbases. So this is kind of the standard length made to fit this style vehicle, but it comes with a front and a rear bumper that's separate from the body itself, which is kind of nice because if you want to make it a full-on race body, you can take the bumpers off of it. It looks like the Bigfoot truck that used a fiberglass 79 body. And if you want to put the bumpers on it, of course it looks a little more scale, looks a little more factory, and you can paint it like we did here, or you can go full monster truck, paint it with your favorite style from the past, take the bumpers off, go full race. So we're really excited about the 79. There's something just hasn't really been offered before for the MT guys, so it's really nice to kind of get that out there. We're also going to have a crew cab version, or super cab. Sorry, there's many options. But yeah, we're going to have that option with the extra cab, so we have the extra length, and for the guys that have the long wheelbase trucks out there. So first, this one's out now. You can get it. Comes with the decals, headlights, grill, tail lights, and rear tailgate type decals, and then we'll have the other cab version out. So it's a little longer wheelbase. It's almost 13 inches, so it really serves a purpose on all the different trucks out there. So we have this outfitted here with our Firestorm tires and Tribute wheels, and really kind of is a nice looking truck. Body clears the tires really well, just kind of positioned so that you can race and drive these things and still have kind of a cool old school look. Kind of going into another product, we'll kind of pick it up here to show you, which is the Pinion Puck. We had a request from Chad Brockman over at More RC in Colorado. He's like, hey, we need a pinion caddy. We need something to store our pinions. And we came up with this round puck idea. And then Paul Wynn said, hey, I really don't like when these pinion caddies that are out there don't protect the teeth on the pinion. So we came up with this idea to protect around the outside. And of course there's all these slots to access the different set screws. So there's a steel pin pressed in here. I have a couple pinions out so we can see it, but really works well. We got a modified range, what we consider like what you might use with a modified type motor. And then we have a range, it's a larger puck that's for the stock range, which goes up to 36, I believe. So there's a lot of options here with the two pucks. Of course, if you race modified, this is something you just throw into your race equipment, and you got all your available options. If you're stock guy, get the stock one, then you have all your options. They're protected, nice aluminum pinions like we have here. We have the associated aluminum pinions in here, but there's a lot of different ones out there, and of course you want them protected all the time. So Pinion Puck, everyone always asks, yep, it's available in black also, as well as blue, as we have here. So that's kind of our two colors that we always choose. They kind of go back and forth for what's the most popular, and usually it's actually blue. So all those guys that ask for black, we still sell a lot of blue. So can never go wrong with those two colors. We'll kind of move this guy out of the way. Some apparel that people have been asking for. We got the new skull hat. This is on the snapback hat here with the mesh in the rear, which people have asked us for. This is the authentic brand here. We got our patch logo on the front, which we've been using all year with our new driver signings and all that type of thing. It's got our race team, and everyone's really liked it so far. It's probably been our most popular hat out in the field that people have noticed, and they actually ask us to bring them to the races, and they're really into this hat. So new snapback. Of course, when you look around, it's got the adjustable size in the back. It's really nice for the days at the track or whatever days you want to have it. So great looking hat. Go with all the new apparel. We'll kind of slide over. We're going to move cars here. Got the Yokomo here, the YZ2. Released a couple new products for this vehicle. Of course, with Ryan Mayfield driving the Yokomo now, we've had more requests for some option parts for the Yokomo two-wheel drive car. Something that's been so popular for us has been the gear shield that we made for the B6 lay-down transmission, and guys have asked us to make it for the Yokomo and the X-Ray and the other cars that kind of have this exposed rear gear. And it's not so much for rocks and that type of thing. What's really nice about this is since the bodies are so low, this shield keeps the body from dropping onto the spur while you're running. And it's more of a it's more of a race thing where guys, they just don't like the noise if they crash and the spur gear hits the body. They like having that little shield on there so that they don't hear that, that noise of the gear hitting the body at any time. So got this little shield, and we made one here for the YZ2. Ryan recently ran this at the Desert Classic. Worked pretty well. We designed these to work up to about an 81 tooth spur gear. Anything larger than that's probably not going to fit underneath there, because where our limitation is the body. So you got the body, you got the shield, you got the gear. So that's about as big of a gear we can fit on the arrangements in 81. So that's what we have here on the Yokomo. Moving over to the chassis brace. Something that we just got out there was, I noticed during the Reedy Race of Champions, Mayfield had been removing a lot of his material on his chassis brace. We went ahead and kind of made a version that has that elephant trunk style, we were calling it, for the B6, and we converted that here to work on the Yokomo. The other thing we added here was a little small ledge. We've had some reports from Ryan and some of the other guys running this car that when they crash, that the battery brace wants to pop out of this car. So we added a little ledge here, so it's kind of minimizes that problem of the brace popping out, and kind of is a nice sleek design. You get in here for your motor wires. It's easy to solder and kind of route your wires really clean. So that was something we were kind of concerned about here. And so we have two new little options through Shapeways for the Yokomo car, the shield plus the chassis brace. And then we mentioned the X-Ray earlier, guys wanting the shield for the X-Ray, their two-wheel drive car, and then we made a version for that also. So we got guys out there like Chad Eubanks and guys on the team running the X-Ray two-wheel, asking us for all the options, and this is also a great little item for the X-Ray. Like we said, it protects the body, covers that spur, kind of looks clean, super nice. So that's the X-Ray gear shield there. So we can see we got this car outfitted with the different JConcepts parts. We got the X-Ray part here. We'll kind of move this to the side, show quickly another item we added recently while we're on the Shapeways store. Is we have these tote wheels for the monster truck, and what's kind of neat about these is you can use the parts that we make for the tribute wheels on them. We got the wheel adapters bolted on here. We have our planetary cover with the open face, so you can access the wheel nut very easily. Fred's got these detailed up with our Diamond Bars two-wheel drive front tires. So we designed a wheel that kind of fits a tire that we already make, and plus looks just like the tote wheels that they use in the real monster trucks. And this is something that's not it's available on Shapeways. It's on the pricey side, but people asked for it, and we added it to the store. And if you're interested in having the four-wheel set for the monster trucks, then they're on there, ready to go. Of course, this is the Diamond Bar tire, which is a rubber tire we already have. You can see here that we have it mounted on here like a regular two-wheel buggy tire. This isn't something that's printed together. This is something that is a separate part. So you have a real rubber tire, a plastic printed wheel here with our adapters on it. Slides on really nice, just like two-wheel buggy. You could glue it if you wanted to, but you don't really have to do that. So then you got your four wheels here, and when we're storing all of our trucks at the shop here without the big tires, we always put the small ones on there because it holds all the hexes on, it holds your wheel nuts. You pretty much have everything there, but you don't have the wide and the big size of the truck taking up a lot of space. So if you're traveling, putting it in a bag, something like that, you don't have to worry about the tires taking up a ton of room. So kind of to recap here, I talked about my favorite item, the B64 S2 body, brand new, that's out right now. Drop fit right on the latest Team Associated car. Got the 79 monster truck body. We got this painted more of like a stock truck. We also have a one that we've detailed up to look like the original Bigfoot truck. That's what the body is so famous for. We got the new Pinion Puck for the stock and the modified range of pinions. We got the new skull hat, which is helping us look cool out on the track and the races recently. We got the Shapeways parts that we put into the store with the shield for the gear. We got the chassis brace here. We also have the X-Ray version. We got the 3D printed wheels, tote wheels for the monster truck. And that's just some of the items here that recently released from JConcepts. We hope everyone enjoyed this episode, kind of bringing everyone up to speed on some of the latest racing accomplishments here with the team and some of the new products. And we'll be back for sure to highlight some new items very soon. We got some new things in the queue that are about ready to hit. So I appreciate everybody for staying tuned and being here with JConcepts.